Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now...
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to another episode of Disclosures of the Third Kind. You're listening to me, Christian Stefanizzi. Today's going to be a quick summary of another case I've been sent. This is case file number 8. The witness remains anonymous in this case. I'd like to respect his privacy, but thank you very much anyway for sending this case through. Let's get into the meat of the case, as they say. So, what have we got here? We've got multiple UAP sightings and an alleged high strangeness experience following initial close encounters, which many UFO witnesses encounter, or multiple UFO witnesses like Whitley Strieber encounter after a UFO event. But let's get into it. So the summary of the case. Following the witness's previously documented close encounter, and Mr. Anonymous reports that a series of unusual experiences continued over the following days. The morning after the initial sighting, while standing in his garden reflecting on what he had witnessed the previous evening, he observed what he described as an egg-shaped aerial object travelling at extremely high speed. According to the witness, the object struck a cloud, leaving what appeared to be a perfectly circular hole before producing a distinct whoosh. This sort of sound, and it almost disappeared instantaneously. Later, while travelling to work, the witness experienced another unusual event. He reports briefly observing a woman's eye appear to change into what he described as a reptilian or lizard-like eye for a fraction of a second before returning to normal. The witness also reports experiencing a persistent sensation that he was being watched following these events. Again, many experiencers of UFO phenomena or abductees will experience recurring events and high strangeness cases. It's an effect of post-abduction I want to say post-abduction syndrome, but that's not the correct word. It's almost like psychological paranormal events after the abduction occurs. It's like almost a chemical in the brain, almost, I would say. Many like Whitley Strieber, Travis Walton have experienced the same thing. So reported characteristics of this sighting: egg-shaped unidentified aerial object, extremely high speed, which we know is attributed to many UFOs, produced an audible whoosh sound, appeared to punch a perfectly circular hole through a cloud, disappeared almost instantly, brief visual perception of a reptilian-like eye in another individual. I think that's very interesting. That's very similar to what David Icke has explained, actually, in his books about the reptilians hiding in plain sight, realistically. But it would make sense that after potentially abductions and paranormal events, you'd start to see shape shifts or potential this reptilian skin of certain individuals. It's very, very interesting to me. So we've got that. We've got ongoing feeling of being watched following the sightings. Now that's another interesting part of it. That would make sense. The abductees being watched after he's been taken and worked on. Possible comparisons for me. The reported egg-shaped objects shares similarities with the numerous historical reports of oval or egg-shaped UAPs, often described as capable of extraordinary acceleration and silent or near-silent flight. The witness's reported feeling of being watched has also been described in some close encounter reports, although there is no established explanation for such experiences. The reported observation of a reptilian-like eye is a subjective account and cannot be independently verified. Similar reports have occasionally appeared within UFO and paranormal literature, but no conclusion can be drawn at this stage regarding its cause. I still think it's a psychological paranormal event following abduction. My notes on this file: this report has been logged, as I said, as case file number 8 within the Disclosures of the Third Kind archives. As well as with all the cases, the witness's account has been recorded as reported without drawing conclusions as to the cause of the experiences. I merely present this to you as is, folks, as has been presented to me. Continued documentation may help establish whether any recurring patterns emerge over time. At this stage, the case remains open, as do many of my cases. That's a fascinating case, and it's a short case, folks, but a short video for you. But let me know what you think of this case in the comments. Stay tuned for more cases, and if you've seen a UFO or witnessed an abduction or been part of an abduction, let me know. I want to hear about it. And follow me on Disclosures of the Third Kind. We're definitely not alone.